Hey, Terrifics, and everybody out there in Slack Chatville and internet and interwebs and Twitterverse. We've been putting together some of these words today. I'm your host, Andrea Fasano. We're here at BeTerrific at New York Comic Con 2015 with so many awesome people. We've met a ton of people so far, a bunch of illustrators, product designers. I mean, this is just amazing, amazing conference. I'm so excited to be here. I don't know if anybody knows, this is my first time at Comic Con. Don't start blowing me up yet because it's really exciting for me. I'm super stoked about it, and my biggest thing was seeing all of the costumes so far, but really it's getting to meet the people because they've met such awesome people here. And then also, we have some more guests coming up, and with me right now is someone from Long Island, which I just got totally stoked about. He's from just the next town over from me. So let me introduce him without further ado. This is Dominic. He's from Huntington, Long Island. And then we have Patrick from Brooklyn. So welcome to the show, guys.
Hi,
Thank you so much for being
Thanks
here.
for having us.
These guys work for Pronto Comics.
That is correct.
Yep. And tell me about this business. You're the editor-in-chief.
Yep.
How did you become so, and what is Pronto Comics?
Pronto Comics started 6 years ago, a little over. And it was originally just a way of getting aspiring creators together to put out a couple of books.
Great.
And we just kept making books, and eventually we formed it into a company, and I was more or less elected to be editor-in-chief, and I've just taken it and ran with it ever since.
Wow.
That's pretty much it.
Now, when you say a couple of people just getting together to do books,
Yeah.
are you all long-term comic geeks? Did you love it?
Yeah.
Like,
when
were
we
you
mean like just a bunch of people getting together, we mean literally like a bunch of people who wanted to make comics, artists, writers, meeting at a pizzeria.
I love
Pronto
it.
Pizza, actually,
Pronto
is where
Pizza.
we got
No
the
way.
Pronto Comics. Yeah.
Please don't sue.
And don't sue. But yeah, we just met a bunch of them. They met at a pizzeria, and then they started wanting to make comics together, and they started making. They made one big book, and then we decided to branch out and make more books.
Really?
And now we have at least like 20
About
different
20.
titles.
And
Yeah.
we're starting to do trades now,
Yeah. So.
like this.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys catching that on the product cam over here? We're going to see if that's working. There we go.
There it is.
So Coming to America
Coming
Yeah.
to America.
is the product. Here, wait, do it again.
Sure.
Sorry, Greg, we're messing with Greg. This is the first time, and you're covering the,
Yep.
so it's coming, there we go.
Yep.
Coming to, that looks like Pocahontas' boyfriend.
It's a parody
It's
of
it's parody
Conan
like
the Barbarian.
all Conan stories.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a cartoonist that we met actually at MoCA, which is a different convention,
Okay.
a couple years ago.
3-4 years ago.
3 or 4
yeah.
years ago, and he's a Danish cartoonist who made these weird little stories that I was infatuated with. I was like, oh, this guy, this is what I want. So we met him, and he did 3 stories, which are Slice of Life.
Slice of Life, which is the Conan thing.
Yeah, it's a parody of those
We did
80s bulky like
Hackers
Macho
of
Man
Fate,
movies.
which is kind of like Blade Runner. And I was a hippie cartoonist in the 60s and 70s, which is about hippie cartoonists
Wow.
in Denmark.
Now, how did you find this Danish guy?
Oh, this is a great story. It's actually, he wrote it down. It's only like a 5-second story, but he came over. He was with a bunch of Danish and Swedish artists that had come to MoCA. He walks over to us. He's like, I'm looking for an American publisher. He shows me the portfolio. I said, okay, give me your work. We'll publish it. He goes back. He's like, well, I've hit my major goal. Time for a beer.
Yeah,
That was it.
great guy.
That was it. He's a great guy. He's a wonderful human being.
So he was done with the conference after that.
Yeah, I mean, he stayed and he
essentially.
sold his work, but
Oh
after
my
that, like,
gosh.
he hit his major
Yeah.
goal. It's like getting
'Cause
someone to
his
publish
work
in America.
is beautiful. So
Gorgeous.
how are you not going to want to
And
publish
you loved
that?
it. I mean,
yeah.
you're-
It was-
yeah.
Yeah.
I instantly saw, I was like, and he's really cool. Most people, like, they pitch me stories, they pitch Pat stories, they give us, like, artwork.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm working on this book, you'll have it in a year. I don't question him. I'm just like, all
Really?
right, whenever he
Yeah,
hands
yeah.
it in, he hands it in.
He'll never miss a
That-
deadline. No, he's
No.
great.
No.
Yeah, and now we have different stuff. So like our other big book is our horror book that just came out, Deathology.
See if that
Going
works.
to the product cam. There we go.
There we go.
Deathology.
There
Oh,
we
that
go.
guy's
Yeah.
beastly.
Which is
Yep.
our horror book, and then we have
Yeah.
Comically Absurd Comics, which is the comedy sketch Mad Magazine book that I do with a couple buddies of mine.
Yep.
And that's where we have Time Shark and Lucha Bear and all those fun
Yeah.
characters.
I like Time Shark. He goes back and beats
Yeah, it's a
beats
Jay
people up.
Ward kind of thing, like Rockin' Bullwinkle. It's about a great white shark that was given a watch that can go through time, and then he has to go stop. He has to stop Jeff the acid-spitting llama, and save save humanity. You, the manatee, his best friend.
Yes.
And and it's all in this comically absurd book we do. We have a manga line.
Yeah, we have a great manga line who's run by the same person that's doing our Deathology line.
Yeah.
on now. We're up to the 7th issue on that.
Yep.
And he's got his own character that he's been able to spin out from it, and his own title, Stray. And we're actually going to have a cosplayer in that character on Saturday. She's going to come in front of our booth. It's 338
Awesome.
here at the,
in the main hall.
at the main hall at Comic-Con, and they're going to cosplay. We have our first official cosplayer for this.
How are you guys so excited about that?
I'm
so
thrilled.
excited.
Don't let the calm demeanor.
No, right.
This is just the
Just look at
exhaustion.
Patrick.
Just
and
look
he'll
at me.
see-
Patrick is
Let him go.
Patrick's
I,
emoting
You'll
for
see
me.
how excited
Yeah,
he is.
I can't. I do a book called Me, which is about me writing a comic book about myself in a comic book about myself, and the only character is me. And one day there's going to be a guy dressed as me, or never happen.
Right.
If it never happens, I'm not going to be like, what happened? I understand that no one
No
wants it.
cosplay
But like,
for
if I ever
me.
get like a skinny guy put a fat suit on and then walk up to me with like a
Stop.
lion mane, I'll just be. That's it. That's all I want. And then I can quit.
By the
I
way-
can go retire in Boca with my mother. And we'll have a good night. You know, get some mimosas by the fire. But
I've told
I just
him
want
this-
a cosplayer. That's all I want in this world is one
I've told him this
cosplayer.
many times. It is the most annoying conversation to have when he starts talking about his book.
Oh yeah.
Because you have no idea what he's talking about from time. He's like, well, me and me, and you're like, it's me.
Yeah. Yep.
All
that's
the
it.
time. And
Yep.
it's just like, what?
It's just me.
I don't know if he's talking about himself or his book.
It's exactly. I'm talking about both. That's
I
the
know
fun
you
of
are.
it.
That's the problem of
It's
it.
yeah. And now I'm actually working on a Comic-Con book about me
Get
with
out.
a buddy of mine because my buddy Jason Quinones does a book called Con Man, which is about being an artist behind the table at a convention. And then I was
genius.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
writing a similar
That's
story.
you want.
Are you going to be working on it while you're at our booth from Saturday and
I'll
Sunday?
be working Saturday and Sunday. I'll be working on it at the booth, behind the table, drawing the comic, and he's going to be drawing
That's such
his
a good
part.
idea.
Yeah.
It's gonna be see because a lot of things like there's like this thing where like artists and writers want to work with together, but since we're both cartoonists, what he's gonna do is he's gonna draw his character, and then I'm gonna draw my character next to each other, having a conversation, and then together we're gonna draw the atmosphere.
You're like trying to blow people's minds left
yeah,
and
yeah.
right.
There's a great comic called The Conversations with I know Jeffrey Brown did it, and the guy who did Blankets, whose mind I'm forgetting.
Okay.
They did this thing where it's just they draw themselves talking to each other in a comic, and we were like, we should do that at
It's
convention.
smart.
Because
Yeah.
that's all we
It's
do
what
at
you
conventions.
know.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
they're just. It's easier almost.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been to a convention in terms of being behind the booth,
Yes.
there's downtime, so you might as well make it
Okay.
productive.
Oh yeah,
Why
yeah.
not?
Might
Tons
as well
of
just make a
downtime.
comic book. So
Yeah.
for the next one.
I am in awe. These two, you guys basically have gone on for about 5 minutes, and
Oh,
I'm
I'm
just
sorry.
like, no, I
Oh.
love
Yeah.
it. I'm
Yay.
like, just go. Put them on a show on your
Yeah.
on your own. Do you
Patrick-
like? I mean, I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
Patrick makes me know what it feels like to be in Dean Martin.
Yeah.
I feel ever the straight man whenever I'm next to him. It's an interesting feeling.
One day I'll make my Flubber movie.
Oh
Yeah.
Move
my
on.
goodness, you
Yeah.
guys are
If
hilarious.
only I could sing.
You should do so. I mean, seriously, like I like this little duo here. But that aside, so are you both illustrators or?
I was a trained illustrator, but I went to Adelphi.
You did.
I went to Adelphi.
Shut up!
I did, yeah. And
I
worked,
went to Adelphi.
Oh, local kids.
That's why
This
you
is
laughed when
fantastic.
I said that
Yes,
before.
that's why I laughed, and
He didn't
I was
say that
purposely
before,
holding
but-
it to tell you
Oh
on air.
my God.
So I
Yeah.
went to Adelphi and trained as an illustrator, and by a series of events, ended up making comic books, but in more of the business side of things.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And what
And
about
then,
you?
I'm a comedian.
Well,
but I do stand up.
I didn't get
around
that.
the
You
town.
really do?
Yeah, he really
I'm a
does.
stand up. Tonight, if you guys want to come, there's a comic book store in the village, Carmine Street Comics. I have a show, Periscoping with Patrick and Manel.
I love that.
9 o'clock free show. We're gonna stream it live on Periscope. But if you show up at the show, you get free confetti,
Ooh.
and then free candy, and then the in-betweens with Manel and I. It's usually a rap battle. So
Awesome.
yeah.
I'm way into Periscope, so
Yeah,
tell them.
it's
wait.
at Periscope Comedy.
Okay.
Or if you want to come see it live, which is a free show, it's Carmine Street Comics in the Village, 34
Yeah.
Carmine Street, 9 o'clock.
It's
Okay.
the best,
We'll be there.
smallest
We
little
got a great lineup.
store of all
Thing.
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome. I'm so into this with you guys because you're so
Yeah.
much more than just what's written on a page. You know
Oh.
what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
that is that
If I
what
went into my
comics are about?
backstory, you wouldn't believe it.
That's
I
what
wanna know.
comics are about. A lot of people think
Yeah.
comic book writers are like these like hunchbacks who live in towers and they draw Batman and they send out of the world. But really, like
Let's be
the
fair.
only-
No one lives in a tower. We live in basements.
Basements.
Right,
That's
right.
true.
You live in basements
Tunnels.
and
Like
and
that does
bat
happen, but like a
caves.
majority of like your favorite comic book artists and writers are very personal people.
Yeah.
Who
Oh, yeah.
like this is our job is going to
Oh, yeah.
conventions. This is where we make a. It's like when bands go out on tour, that's where they make a bulk of their money is
Right.
going on tour. So a lot of us have to be personable
Yeah.
and lively and excited. about everything. So yeah, so don't feel bad about going up to your favorite artist and telling them, hey, I like your thing.
That's
man,
such
it means
good
the world to
point.
us.
Yeah.
If you're at a Comic-Con and you don't go to Artist Alley, you're cheating yourself. You need to go to Artist Alley, say hi to people that are here, like Ken Newton and Jimmy Palmiotti, the guys that are making the books that you love the most, and like Buddy Scalera. These are all wonderful people. Look them up on Twitter. They're all on Twitter. You can find them on the New York Comic Con websites. Find where their booths are.
Wow.
Just
go
say
say
buy
hi.
their books. Say hi, man. They're great people.
If you love comics, that's really supporting comic books.
See, you guys hear that? I mean, we're here in the hall on the way to where you guys are.
Yeah.
On the way to Artist Alley. So, yeah, I mean, just go see them. And do
Come say hi.
do you feel like if they say hi and they don't ask for an autograph, or do they have to bring their own comic books? Like, how does that go for someone who's not maybe totally in tune with that? What's the protocol for that?
I'm fine if you don't buy anything, honestly.
Okay.
Like if you buy
But
some,
you
that's
are
great.
selling at the booth. You are selling your
We're
comics.
selling these
long-
titles and numerous more.
Okay.
As long as you come up to us and say, hey, I like your thing, this is great, I enjoy it, that's all I really need.
Really?
That means, oh, good, I can keep doing this and I'm not doing this for nobody.
And you're here for a reason.
Because there are people who do say nasty things when they walk by and they're like, I don't like that thing. I'm like, oh, cool, thanks.
Thanks very much.
You could have just walked by and said nothing, but you
I
decided
drew it.
to.
Right.
I drew it.
Like,
Thank you.
I purposely am trying to be as pleasant and as engaging as possible, and all that I ask is if you don't want it, just say, no thank you, have a good day.
Right.
Yeah.
So long as you do that, I'm cool. As soon as you like put the work down and start critiquing it in front of me, particularly when like all you have is the same portfolio from the past 5 years, like then I will still be nice
what
and
if
courteous.
they're not even like if I was walking past and sometimes just have an opinion about something, but I'm not even I don't draw.
It's kind of like if you're on Yelp.
I'm not an animator.
Share the nice opinions. Don't just be like mean
or,
for being
or
the
even
sake
on
of
Yelp. Yelp. No one will ever see your face. I have to physically look you in the eyes when you say, "Hey, this looks like the Peanuts." I'm like, I know it's my style. It's what I learned to draw. Like, I'm sorry.
Happens all the time.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So you were a comedian. I'm sorry. I feel
Yes.
like we got. So do you draw at all? You do.
No,
I mean,
I'm a cartoonist.
he draws.
You're a cartoonist.
I draw me.
Because you
which
have
is-
all these fantastic ideas.
I do a bunch of I do really like 3 books. I do Me, which is the book I talked about. I do Boats, which is a kid's book, which is the movie Jaws for kids.
Oh wow.
The same plot. I stole it. It's just in the perspective of the shark, and it's done in crayon for little kids. And then I do another book called Gray, which I actually won an award for online.
Yeah.
But
really? And now is this the only way you can get it? Like I'm seriously interested in reading some of these.
Actually, if you go to noisetrade.com, noisetrade.com, you can download all my books for free.
Okay.
And all you have to do is follow me on Twitter, and then you get to download all my books. Yeah.
Otherwise, where is
ProntoComics.com.
Pronto Comics?
You can go to ProntoComics.com. You can look us up on Indie Planet. We have a bunch of these new titles that are all going to be put up on Indie Planet very shortly. Because I only have so many hours in the day.
Right.
Man, I'm a busy man. But we're putting up new titles all the time. The best place to definitely get it is either at a con. So we always do New York Comic Con. We are always doing MoCA, and we do a couple other cons in the New York area.
Okay.
Or you can always go to Carmine Street Comics. They always have our books
Carmine
there.
Street, again, where I'm having my show. It was opened by one of our editors, too, John Gorga.
Yeah.
Used to work at a store that closed, and instead of just giving up and working at a different comic book store, decided to open his own store down in the Village, 34 Carmine Street. It's a great place. In the store, I set up with a bunch of other artists. We set up a easel in the window. So whenever you stop in, there's usually always a comic book artist drawing a comic book in the window. And you can just come in, see what they're working on. Sometimes they're very famous. Sometimes they're just people like me who's just like drawing little fat superheroes, and cause that's what I know how to draw.
Right.
But
they're adorable. By the
we've
way.
had people like Simon Fraser who draws the Doctor Who books, Jamal Igle who's done Supergirl and stuff like that.
Huge.
Yeah.
Has
So
Nelson
is
come
Is
on?
that a dream? Do you guys want to to make this into either a show or a movie or something?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the books you have or a series of books.
I just want to like eventually get a salary from.
Is that? I
dream.
mean, because
That's my dream,
wonder what a comic's life is like.
Yeah, I'm working on something I can't talk about at the moment.
Okay.
Excellent cryptic.
Yeah, maybe we'll see me in the future, or maybe they'll
Awesome.
go like, "Man, this is too weird for TV," and you'll never see it.
Hopefully, good luck with that.
Yeah, maybe if fingers crossed it works.
Yeah. Well, you guys have been fantastic
you.
Thank
guests. It's so lovely. I want to talk to you all day, and I feel like I could.
Yay.
So maybe I'll stop by.
Come by, say hi.
Comics Alley. But we have
booth,
something to give you.
338.
Booth 330, main
338
floor.
in-
Main floor. We're in the
In
main
the
floor.
main hall.
Yeah.
Yes.
where there's so many. They could get maps. There's maps here.
Yeah,
maps.
We're in the front. Like if you go all the way in the beginning of it, we're 338 in the middle somewhere.
Okay, great.
You'll find us.
Well, I want to give you a little present before you
would
go.
love presents.
Yay.
We have from Wowie, we have presents from Wowie, and these guys who look like little trolls
so cute.
I feel like you'd love them. They move their hair.
Oh my.
Look at that.
To my voice, which I didn't do this before, but can we go to the little product camera?
Oh man, can we?
Look
Oh my God.
How funny
That
is that?
so adorable.
I love it.
I'm gonna put that by the window, and anytime my dog starts barking, it's gonna get freaked out.
And look,
That's
he's reacting
wonderful.
to your voice. Like, I'm not pressing anything. If we stop talking,
yeah,
he
yeah,
stops.
yeah, yeah.
So
Oh, I see,
he's
yeah,
got
yeah.
cute little glasses.
See, that's what we need
Oh,
on our
that's adorable.
table. That's
We
how
need-
we get the kids in.
That's right.
So there's one for you.
Look at that.
There you go, my friend.
And then, I mean, do you guys like toys? Like, is
I
that
love
a
toys.
thing? That
You
Pop vinyls. I have stacks and stacks
There
of
you
pop
go.
vinyls
Oh.
all over the place.
Aren't you adorable?
And Kid Robot. Oh my God, this is so up my alley. This is so
is so
great.
cool.
And
Mine
aren't
is
they
shiny.
fun? Mine's shiny.
Oh.
Mine is shiny.
This is so much fun.
Yeah.
I do have another
Yeah.
question for you guys, though.
Shoot.
So you've been coming to Comic-Cons for like 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since
I've
you
been
started
to
the
the
business?
very first one. I was
You
here
were?
in 2005.
Wow.
When I remember when it was just in one of the big halls downstairs, and that was it.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's so interesting to me, how amazingly
I've watched
enormous
this thing
it is
expand.
now. Totally.
Yeah.
So have you come back every year, or is it just...
I've been here every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really have seen it expand.
I have.
So, I mean, my question might not apply to you as much, but maybe it will.
Okay.
You know, you come here, this is my first Comic-Con. I've heard about San Diego so many years in a row, never
Yeah.
been able to make it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you look forward to, aside from presenting your company in comics, or this year particularly?
Yeah. Well, funny enough, it's toys actually.
Really?
Because
Sort of
We did it.
I mean, yeah.
They're done.
It's stuff like this, stuff that I can't get at like Carmine Street or somewhere like that. I love this stuff. Drives me nuts. Then also, it's you know what Comic-Con is for comic book artists? It's summer camp. I get to see all
I
my
can
friends.
hit it on
totally
the head.
get that.
All my friends who live in Chicago
Exactly.
or LA or like Portland, they all come to this, and then I see them, and I'm just like, oh great, let's go get drunk at a bar somewhere
Right.
and talk about how the industry's evil, but but it's our favorite thing in the world.
That's also what it does on Tuesdays. So
It's just a Tuesday, really. It's just there's people there now.
I
You
get
know,
to
there's a
see like
difference.
people like that I've gotten to know through comics. That's my big thing. That I can go down to our Sally, shake hands, see people, meet up with them again. You know, our Tuesday night ritual.
Yeah.
And just get to see people who live in Florida, who live wherever, and
Yeah.
that you only get to see at the shows.
See, but that is nice. So this is more of just like a Comic-Con where people are just here for fun. This
Yeah.
is a business thing for you. It's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also good in that way where you get to see friends that you've made
Right.
through acquaintances, business
Yeah.
people we met
contacts.
through here.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, yeah.
All right, that's great. Well, you guys, good luck. I
Thank
I
you.
hope
Thank
to
you.
see some of your ideas
Oh,
either on TV
yay.
or in the movies one day
Oh,
because I
one
think
day.
they're awesome.
I'll
I
get
like
'em.
that whale one with the watch.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh yeah, Time Shark.
And even
Yeah.
Time
Yeah.
Shark.
Time
okay,
Shark.
well, you guys look out for it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for
really
having us on.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.